but a Tennant Scottish Cup quarter-final tie against Rangers is surely the proverbial dream come true. The Highlanders' only regret was that the tie had to be moved for safety reasons to Tannadice, 150 miles from Telford Street Park. The commentator is Rob McLean.
Spain's Ian MacArthur returns at right back, and former Celtic man Charlie Christie has recovered from hamstring trouble to take his place. A lot of eyes will be on 18-year-old Richard Hastings today. He's been called up to play for the Canadian under-21 team, and some of the top clubs in this country are looking on with interest. There are 3 changes in the Rangers team from the one which beat Hibs last Sunday. Richard Gough and Stuart McCall are injured, and Eric Bo Anderson ineligible. John Brown, who took Gough's place at Easter Road, stays there, and Charlie Miller joins Paul Gascoigne on the central midfield. And it's a welcome back to the starting lineup for skipper for the day, Ali McCoist. Now 33, his critics repeatedly write him off, but 15 goals this season from 21 starts is a record that's hard to beat. And the referee for this Tennant Scottish Cup quarter-final is Stuart Dougal from Glasgow. And it's the third division side who get this match started. Sure to be some nerves fluttering, but this is a game they've looked forward to for quite some time. And on that far side, 5,500 Cali Thistle fans have made their way to Tannadice. And giving a warm welcome there to Paul Gascoigne. Now Petrich, Craig Moore. Rangers having reshuffled the defence in the absence of Gough. Here's John Brown. David Robertson. Charlie Miller picking his way through the middle. Here's Van Vossen. That was aimed at Ali McCoist. Charlie Christie under pressure from McLaren. Rangers moving at pace. In from McCoist to McLaren. And there was a good chance on the penalty spot. A couple of goals he scored this season, Alan McLaren. He made ground into the area. He played the pass to McCoist and then motored for the return. He took up a good position but couldn't quite get the finishing effort. McLaren under some pressure just tucks it back to Andy Gorham. And John Brown, Cali Thistle players closing down very quickly. John Brown using his experience, and Miller links with Robertson. Here's Van Vossen. Gets his way in behind Alan Hercher. This could be trouble. Here's Craig Moore. And what a save that was from Jim Calder. Well, he knew he'd be busy this afternoon, and he certainly showed all his agility there to turn that one away. It was Peter Van Vossen who got in behind Alan Hercher. It looked as if that might have crossed the byline. The referee said he kept that one in. It was headed in the way, and that was David Robertson's shot, turned away by Calder. Here's John Scott. And it's Brian Thompson. Ian Stewart comes to meet him with a short pass, leaves it for Christie. Alan Hercher's up ahead of him. There's Ian Stewart. Just takes a moment. And that's well worked by Christie for Thompson. There's a useful cross. And almost trouble for Rangers. Andy Gorham couldn't gather it. And Alan McLaren had to hack it behind. It was a good cross from Thompson. It dipped in front of Gorham. And he couldn't collect it. And Ian Stewart for a moment thought he was in. Charlie Miller. Craig Moore is making a run down the right-hand side. Thompson and MacArthur both come across. Craig Moore does well to keep that one in. Mike Noble can't get the head to it. Here's McCoist. Charged down by Hercher. And it's Brian Laudrup. Well, Ali McCoist softened them up, and then Brian Laudrup had a good crack at goal, which wasn't too far away. That looked like it was heading out, but Craig Moore did well to keep it in. Calder couldn't get there. Mike Noble's header wasn't good enough, and when it broke back for Brian Laudrup, this effort wasn't too far away on the right foot volley. Well, a bit of volume from Walter Smith, and his team certainly creating opportunities. Here's Peter van Vossen for Rangers. This is an interesting position. Brian Thompson, and disaster strikes for Thompson. The man who scored the goal which took Cali Thistle into the quarter-finals turns that one behind Calder, and Cali Thistle are one down. Well, they've done so well in these early stages, Cali Thistle, and a touch of bad luck about that one as Thompson beats Calder. Gascoigne pirouettes away from Bennett. Here's Charlie Miller, shooting opportunity. Well, there was a good chance, but a shot that was never going to trouble the target. But Cali Thistle will be concerned about the area opening up in front of him here. Thistle just funneling back behind the ball. Live Rip's attempted flick in the direction of Miller was intercepted by Ian MacArthur, and he's breaking himself. He's got Stewart on the right and Christie on the left. Here's Ian Stewart. There's Christie. Good tackle by Petrich. Here's Stewart. Great save by Andy Gorham. Rangers only have to look at the goal-scoring charts to know the danger of Ian Stewart, and he was sharp to the opportunity there. It was a good break from Cali Thistle. Stewart played the ball into Christie, but broke back to him, and this left foot effort wasn't bad at all. John Scott, and here's Teasdale. Looking for some assistance, he has it in field if he wants it. There's John Scott. Hastings in some room. Cali Thistle will want to get this delivered into the area. Here's Teasdale, he's come over to the left for this one. Christie, a poor pass aimed at Graham Bennett, but easily cut out by Charlie Miller. Now Rangers on the counter. It's looking like about 5 against 3 at the moment. Loudrip to Gascoigne. Onto the left foot from Gascoigne. And there's number 2, as easy as that. Cali Thistle caught on the break, and Paul Gascoigne punished them with a superb bit of finishing. It's a big danger when Cali Thistle are attacking that they leave holes at the back. Paul Gascoigne twisted away from Ian MacArthur and just curled the shot with the instep into the top corner. Really top-class finishing, and Paul Gascoigne's 13th goal of the season. Brown to Van Vossen. Christ is a solitary figure in the box at the moment, but plenty getting there. Here's John Brown, cut out by Bennett. Scott to Bennett. Live up to McLaren. Here's Charlie Miller. Good skills from Charlie Miller. McCoist! Well saved by Calder. You'd have put your money on Ali McCoist making it 3 there, but the goalkeeper stood firm. Ali McCoist doesn't have too many opportunities, but there was one in the box, and saved by the foot of Jim Calder. Charlie Miller. Peter van Vossen's making a run, but it's Brian Loudrip who receives it, and now Craig Moore. Loudrip wanted it back, Craig Moore had other ideas. Gascoigne through the middle for David Robertson. Seemed to take his eye off it. That was another tremendous opportunity for Rangers to build on their lead. David Robertson scored 4 goals this season for Rangers. It really should have been 5. That was an excellent opportunity, and seemed just to take his eye off it at a vital moment. Bennett to Thompson. Keen to play football, keen to make passes until the right opportunity comes their way. It's been a tough first half for them. They take a lot of credit from a battling performance, but it's Rangers who have the 2-goal cushion. A thoroughly professional performance from the cup favourites. The first goal was an own goal And tragedy striking for Brian Thompson, turning the ball past his own keeper, Jim Calder. That gave Rangers the lead. Paul Gascoigne popped up with number 2 at the edge of the box, found himself some room, and just curled a left foot shot into the top corner past Calder, and Rangers have a 2-0 lead here at Tannadice at half-time. Rangers get it started in the second half, seemingly heading towards the last 4 of the Tennent Scottish Cup. There's the Rangers substitute in the second half. Alec Cleland is on for Gordon Petrich. Alan McLaren left by McCoist, but Van Vossen was offside. Craig Moore is so dominant in the air, difficult to beat. McCoist finds Van Vossen, good first time pass for Cleland, and it's back with McCoist. Didn't catch it. A word of acknowledgement to Peter Van Vossen, who fancied his chances as well. It was quickly moved on by Cleland, and they were queuing up for the shot at goal. Hercher's head flick, and from Ian Stewart. John Brown cuts it out. Teasdale getting away. And now he has Brian Laudrup running at him. He's away from Teasdale. Jim Calder got the faintest of touches to it. Alec Cleland was coming in at the far post. So close to number 3. Graham Bennett dallying too long on the ball. Here's Paul Gascoigne. He saw Peter Van Vossen in some room. McCoist's in the middle, and there's Gascoigne off the post. So close to another own goal. It was Teasdale. And the pressure's still on Cali Thistle. Charlie Miller. Forced wide by Scott. And the tackle knocks the ball out. But that was danger games for Cali Thistle, as the ball came off Mike Teasdale, off the post as well, and finally away to safety. Ian MacArthur challenging there against Alan McCoist. MacArthur seems to be hobbling, and he's got a knee bandage on. Here's Richard Hastings. That's for Ian Stewart, did well. Good tackle though by Alan McLaren. And over elaborate from Alan McLaren, and there's the shot from Thompson. How Brian Thompson would like to cancel out his own goal of the first half. That was an opportunity which should never have been presented to Cali Thistle, because that was a situation where Alan McLaren became a bit too cocky for his own good. And that shot not too far away. Downfield from MacArthur. Stewart couldn't get there. Laudrup. Peter Van Vossen's up ahead of him. That's what the pass was aimed towards. There's Charlie Miller. Shooting chance. Struck it well. Not too far away. 6 goals already this season for Charlie Miller. He certainly caught that one. First time from Durham. Time for Teasdale. Good first time ball for Gascoigne, but took his eye off it. There's Bennett. Christie against Miller. Charlie Miller does superbly well. Neat turn and releases Brian Laudrup on the left. They're racing in on the far side. McCoist and Van Vossen both there. And there's number 3. And it's Paul Gascoigne. Number 2 for him, a third for Rangers. What a tender moment that was. between Gascoigne and McCoist. Ali McCoist has taken a knock by the looks of it and all of that, but it always looked troublesome there for Cali Thistle. The Rangers players coming in numbers, and it was Paul Gascoigne who got the header. Loudrip's pace, again taking him away from Mike Noble. It was a tempting cross, it was hanging there for the header, and Paul Gascoigne took full advantage. Needlessly given away there by Cali Thistle. They'll be disappointed with that. Good turn from Thompson, releases Christie. There's Ian Stewart. Onto his left foot. Oh, great chance for Ian Stewart. He's been tucking those away this season with great regularity. 22 goals already. And that was a great chance for him. It was a good build-up too from Cali Thistle. They walked it well across the way. Stewart found himself some room just off target. Allowed it to Robertson. Van Vossen. And now David Robertson. A chance! Saved by Calder. David Robertson finding lots of chances to get into the opposition box. This was another one. Taking the pass from Van Vossen. Not picked up, Robertson. And Calder forced to save with his feet. Paul Gascoigne. Back to Gascoigne again. As the Cali Thistle defenders mesmerised. Away from John Scott. Back in Rangers possession again. It's gone off and away from Rangers players at the moment, and that means a lot of running, a lot of chasing for the Inverness team. Here's Van Vossen. Jim Calder's off his line and had to be scrambling back to make the save. A wry smile on his face. He knew it was almost curtains there, but he got back and he did well to make the one-handed save. Paul Gascoigne almost at snail's pace. Craig Moore. Charlie Miller's made a good run through the middle. This could be trouble for Cali Thistle. He struck it well, just a bit too high. In fact, that goes down as a good save from Jim Calder. The corner kick has been given. Charlie Miller made a good run. He was well picked out, and Calder just must have got the faintest of touches. And Paul Gascoigne's outside him. There he is. But that was well spotted by Ian MacArthur, and he's racing away with it now. He's still got plenty of energy. Flipped on by Stewart for Christie. And what a chance that was for John Scott. He really wanted to put that one on target. Disappointed. He had a few seasons at Liverpool, Scott. A player of fair promise. He's had a good game here. Rangers defence opened up there by Cali Thistle. He struck it well enough, but off target. And Cali Thistle will now make a couple of changes. Big moment for these two. Getting a whiff of what a cup quarter-final feels like. Number 12 is David Ross, and number 14 is Dave McGinley. Off comes Brian Thompson, and off too comes Alan Hercher. Well, there's a good start for substitute Ross. Shooting opportunity for Christie, and a good save by Gorham. Well, it was Dave Ross, newly on the park, who set that one up, and Charlie Christie had but one thought in his mind. He struck it well, and Andy Gorham had to stretch to save. Loudrip leaves McGinley in his wake. David Robertson, McCoist! It was a good move and a good chance for Ali McCoist, and frustrated again that he hasn't yet found the back of the net. Just flicked the outside of the post by the look of it. Here's Mitchell. For Christie. John Scott's there. Mitchell forced to come back to collect. Well left by Christie for Teasdale. He can strike them. Good shot and a good save. Well, Andy Gorham wouldn't fancy Cali Thistle getting a goal. He likes keeping clean sheets, but maybe most people wouldn't begrudge the Minnows pulling one back, and that was certainly well struck. Charlie Miller against both Scott and MacArthur, and it's Ian MacArthur who has it. Good skills there from Christie. Ian Stewart's up ahead. Dave McGinley to Colin Mitchell. Scott struck it well. Good save by Andy Gorham. Well, on your 21st birthday, you'd love to celebrate it by beating Scotland goalkeeper Andy Gorham, and he certainly came pretty close. Well, it's a day that the Cali Thistle management as well as the players are determined to enjoy, and even 3 down and pulling on a cigarette, Steve Patterson, I'm sure, enjoying himself. David Robertson for Rangers into stoppage time. Brian Laudrup to John Brown. Rangers happy just to play out the closing seconds of this quarter-final, and they're comfortably through to the semi-finals. But it's been a brave and a battling show from Cali Thistle. They'll take a lot of heart from their performance. Jim Calder certainly will, the Inverness team's goalkeeper. He made a string of fine saves, otherwise the scoreline might have been much worse. He's the man of the match. And the Cali Thistle fans have enjoyed themselves at Tannadice, 5,500 of them. 2 of the goals came from Paul Gascoigne. 1 was an own goal from Brian Thompson. Shirt swapping going on. These will be mementos kept for years to come by the Cali Thistle players. They are milking the moment. There's a collector's item to Paul Gascoigne in a Cali Thistle jersey. 2 of the goals for him. Brian Thompson's own goal, which means the final scoreline at Tannadice. Cali Thistle 0, Rangers 3.
Steve, I looked at the dugout at one point and you were pulling on a cigarette. How did you enjoy that today?
Great day out for us. You know, the boys did as good as they could do, and I say that the support was just out of this world, and you know, it's been a great day for us.
It was really a day to enjoy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it was an impossible dream, beating the Rangers.
We were never going to delude ourselves that we was going to win. It was all about, you know, respectability, and you know, at the end of the 90 minutes, I think we came out with an awful lot of respect.
You expect the wee teams to scrap against Rangers, but I think you would have to say of Cali Thistle today that they did a bit more than that and played some quite nice stuff.
Yeah, you know, we try and play football on the ground and, you know, pass the ball, and I think particularly the second half, you know, the lads showed a lot of, you know, nice passing. Andy Gorham had to make 3 or 4 good saves.
Walter, something of a no-win situation for you here today, but comfortably through anyway.
Yes, that was the thing that mattered more than most. We started the game reasonably well. After we got our first goal, we were a little bit slack in terms of possession. Had quite a few chances which were either saved or missed or whatever, but it wasn't entirely our best performance, but pleased nonetheless to get through.
What did you think of Cali Thistle? A fair few divisions between you.
Well, they played well in the game, and I think when we look back, Andy Gorham had as many saves to make in that match as he's had in quite a few of the Premier League matches that were played this season, and they kept trying to play their football throughout the entire 90 minutes, and I think they enjoyed their day.
Yes, an entertaining cup tie, but Rangers safely into Tuesday's semi-final draw. Gordon, you were at Tannadice today, and it was an entertaining 90 minutes, wasn't it?
It was. It wasn't really played like a typical cup tie, blood and thunder stuff, but there was a lot of good football, and I'll be honest with you, I was impressed with Cali Thistle. I really thought they did well, and I liked the way that their attitude to the game. They tried to play football right from the first minute, and they threw a lot of people forward at Rangers and had those chances, as we saw.
That's right. Never any doubt really about the outcome, particularly after Rangers went ahead through that unfortunate own goal, and then 2 from Paul Gascoigne, who really is beginning to hit the net quite regularly.
Yeah, great contribution. You see there the breakaway from Charlie Miller's pass, and the last man you want to see run that in a breakaway is Brian Laudrup. He looks up there and he looks inside for Gascoigne, leaves him with a simple little tap in there into the top corner. To be honest with you, that's a tremendous goal. You see great ability here. Look at the way he throws the player first one way onto his right foot, very, very quick feet onto his left. Then he has to curl it in at the near post. Look at the precision of that, absolutely fabulous. We've not really seen him score many bad goals, Gascoigne, but his contribution is tremendous. Once again, Cali Thistle attacking. Nice little piece of ability from Charlie Miller there, who released Loudrup for the first goal. Does it again for the second. Loudrup runs at the full-back, wants to go on his left foot. It's a great cross as well. Look at that, just weighted perfectly. Gascoigne, I think he did Ali McCoist a wee bit of a favour there, that we're getting in front of him. And
very close, of course.
Yeah, well, his wife's just had a baby, a vulnerable time for him, but lovely ball here, back post. Loudrup just knocks it across. So look at Gascoigne comes in. He gets in the box a lot.
And he scored 14 goals now for Rangers, so not only is he controlling the midfield, but he's hitting the net pretty regularly, and you're looking for that from your midfield players, aren't you?
From a midfield player, that is a superb contribution, and I mean, he scores great goals as well as any type of goal. But the thing about him is he's always dangerous, and he wants to get forward all the time, and when he gets in the box, he can finish. Foot, left foot, right foot, or his head, as he showed there. And
Cali, as you said, did have their chances, one or two very good chances, and in fact the very first of them, Andy Gorham, uncharacteristically actually spilling a cross ball, which we don't see very often.
Yeah, I think that's what Andy's reputation here saved him, because the player Ian Stewart doesn't react to it, because he doesn't expect Andy Gorham to spill that at all. And as the ball comes off him, we can see that he hesitates at first, and fortunately Alan McLaren reacts very quickly. Look at Andy Gorham going across to there, and it's just knocked away before Ian Stewart can react. But they did get some chances, and this is another one here. A nice little ball played into Christie, a good tackle coming up from Petric, and it breaks again to Stewart off McLaren, and he's very sharp onto it, but he didn't get a lot of power in it, but it was definitely on target, and Andy Gorham did well in that case to hold it. This is their best chance, I think. This is a lovely ball played wide. Stewart there, who was very prominent today, had a really good game, comes onto his left foot and he tries to just swerve that in at the back post and puts it wide. Good move coming up here, ball played in, lovely little touch from Stewart, who did well. Flicks it into Christie, he holds it, and he lets young John Scott, who had an excellent match here, his 21st birthday, he would have loved to have scored today. Great strike there, just hammers it past the post. He was unlucky not to score a couple of goals, John Scott.
He was, played well. So Rangers into the semi-finals, and Cali Thistle now left to chase promotion. They're very much in the hunt, and if they play like that, they've got to be there or thereabouts.
I think they will be, because I mean, they played a lot of good football. As I said, I was impressed with them. I liked their attitude to the game, always want to get forward, play the game in the right way, and I think, you know, if they come into a higher league now, move a division up, they'll be a good team to bring into a better league, because they really can play football.
Absolutely. Things are happening in Inverness.